now watching Compton Rick Rock TV. Let's get to the content.
Yo, what up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV, and we back with some more content. We're going to do a reaction off of Poetic Flacco's channel. Y'all go over there and subscribe to his channel. And the title reads, Young Thug going back to prison after posting a tweet. Now, can you imagine going to jail for posting a tweet? Well, I would say yes. The way that things is going nowadays with this internet, dudes is getting locked up for what they saying on the internet. Anything is possible. But in his case, he took a deal, I believe, probation, 20 years probation or something like that, which was crazy. But when you stuck behind the walls, it's easy to get in, hard to get out. So I guess that 20 years for him, it was cool. But that prosecutor, man, that fine Fannie Willis, whatever her name is, whoa, she trying to get him back locked up. So we're going to get to this reaction from Flacco and see what's going on, man. Let's check this out, man. Let's go.
Fannie Willis has officially filed a motion to send Young Thug back to jail. And it all stems from a couple of tweets that Young Thug posted yesterday. Tweets are not illegal. This is America. We have freedom of speech. But because Young Thug signed quite possibly the worst plea deal I've ever seen a high-profile celebrity signed, they have the leisure to essentially send Young Thug to jail whenever they so please. And this right here is a perfect example of it. When we found out what Young Thug's plea deal was, everybody and their mama on social media told Young Thug, bro, you better all fight in this case, bro. This is just a trap to send you back to jail.
Participation in criminal street gang activity. How do you plead?
I plead guilty.
As to count 58, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 59.
Boy, look at them brothers in the back, them police. They looking at him like, man, you got to be crazy. I wonder how much time. I think he would have got life if he would have got found guilty. But they looking at him like, man, you tripping. We will definitely see you back up in here. Once you get out there and get you a hit of that old good bomb and drink you some of that cough syrup, your ass definitely, well, you going to trip out. And that's probably what happened. He probably was up in there high tweeting. He said something about about young Scooter, the dude that got shot. He said something about the police shot him. And they you know what? You can't play with fire. They looking like, man, you over here playing with us. Yeah, let's go ahead and get him locked back up. Ain't that a violation of his probation? That's definitely what's going on here. That was dumb, man.
Violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 60, violation of the Georgia Controlled Substances Act. How do you plead?
Guilty.
As to count 61, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. How do you plead?
Guilty.
And as to count 1, conspiracy to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. How do you plead?
No law.
As to count 56, participation in criminal street gang activity under the leadership charge. How do you plead?
No law.
I think you didn't ask about count 62.
As to count, thank you, Your Honor. As to count 62, possession of a machine gun. How do you plead?
Guilty.
The plea deal was horrible, Brett. They gave Young Thug 15 years of probation. And if he violates within 15 years just one time, they can send him to jail for 20.
Man, you got to be a saint. I thought it was 20. They could sentence him to 20 years. They gave him 15 years probation. You can't do nothing, man. You definitely got to just go be a saint or go in there and be one of them priests or something and just turn your life completely around. You cannot be in the streets whatsoever. I don't think we heard any music from him since he been home. He probably don't even know how he's going to write these new lyrics without getting gangster or saying something crazy in the songs. But definitely the deal was horrible. It was terrible. And for the money that he had for that lawyer, you would think that he would have got something better than what he had. But yeah, this is crazy right here. I don't know nobody with 15 years of probation.
Years. Because the 20 years is a backloaded suspended sentence. And their terms for violation is even more ridiculous. Young Thug is banned from Atlanta for 10 years. Young Thug can't say gang terminology. He can't use it in his music. So if he says cuh, slat, slime, slut, 20 years in jail. He can't hang out with any felons, 20 years in jail. Right? He can't contact anybody who was on that particular case with him besides Gunna, 20 years in jail. So it's just so restrictive that it's almost impossible for Young Thug to avoid not going back to jail for 20 years. You know the plea deal is bad when you...
That was the plan. That's the play. That's how they play us, man. That's exactly how they play. They know you in there ready to come home. They know you ready to get back to them drugs. You ready to get back to them streets. They gonna give you a crazy deal like that, knowing you gonna take it. When they got you, they got you. What y'all would have did in the comment section? Y'all think y'all would have took that deal if you was facing that type of time? You want to take what y'all have took 20 years or not? Let me know in the comment section.
Your own lawyer is coming out after pleading, and he's telling you, bro, we could have gotten a not guilty plea, bro. I'm not happy with this guilty plea, man, but Thug wanted to take it because Thug wanted to come home today.
As far as how Jeffrey's feeling now, he knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege, but this is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been rang. But nobody here wakes up every day on a concrete floor that they're calling his bed, gets up at 4:15, gets shackled at his feet, his waist, and his hands, comes to the Fulton County Courthouse to be on concrete, eating out of a bag. Doritos is his meal.
Man, welcome to the goddamn ghetto where niggas sleep on. Come on, man. He from the hood. That nigga didn't slept on his floor. He didn't ate beans and rice and all that cheap shit, cup of noodles and all that shit that we ate when we was kids. That ain't no excuse. His ass wanted to get back home to that dope. He seen that he had action. He didn't care. He would have sold his ass if he had to get up out of there. But the lawyer basically telling y'all, listen, man, I'm not satisfied with this deal. We could have beat this. I think the other dudes that was on the case with him, they got found not guilty. He should have thugged it out. His name Young Thug. He should have thugged it out. Don't do the goddamn crime if you can't do the time. His ass wanted to get back to some dope. I know what he wanted to get back to.
Choice. And then coming to a courtroom and sit there with a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy, thankful to the honorable court. So to answer your question, this was not what I wanted. I don't believe that it is just, but I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted, as are we, and thankful.
Essentially, Young Thug sold his soul to the devil that is Fannie Willis, and he done signed up to be in Fannie Willis' grip, right, for at least 15 years. So now what we have is, because Fannie Willis feels like she can abuse her power and do anything, because she essentially got Thug under this 15-year probation that threatens him with 20 years of backloaded suspended sentence. So yesterday, Young Thug made a tweet that Fannie Willis didn't like. Young Thug posted biggest liar in the DA office. And this is a picture of Marissa Verrado. I'll call her Verrado the Vixen. All right. This is the quote unquote undercover detective who has.
Well, can't he just say, man, somebody hacked my account, man. Somebody got into my account. This jealous female went through my phone and she tweeted that, knowing this was against my parole stipulations. I didn't do that. She did that. How they gonna prove that he did it?
Essentially managed to weasel her way into the good graces of gangbangers all across the city because she looks like a BBL Instagram model, and she's managed to weasel information out of them, and then she testifies against them as a gang expert. It's a dirty game she's playing, which is why she never shows her face in court. Barreto is the same lady who was testifying in the YSL case, got caught up in multiple lies, got discredited, the judge yelled at her. She's a mess. But Young Thug posted this because she's now doing the same thing to Lil Baby. All right. So she was testifying in the Goodfella Lil Baby Ops RICO case. And while she was testifying in front of the grand jury, she testified that the Goodfellas was on wiretap saying that Lil Baby put a bag on their head. But here's the thing. They never said Lil Baby. Right? She came to that conclusion on her own.
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's going on? Man, them folks, like, come on, bro, you know what's finna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? They ain't even like that, man. Them folks got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
He said them folks got a lot of tickets on a bunch of these folks' head. Did y'all hear him say that? All right, she gonna watch, and Marino is gonna explain it to them. Hold on. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna play it on its own, so y'all be like, Sylvia, why don't you shut up? Okay, I'm gonna play it again. Okay.
We all know what tickets on your head mean. We know what that mean, but it can mean something else. Everybody slang. Everybody got their own way of doing things and saying things. That don't necessarily mean that out there. Well, that's what I'm saying. Y'all get on these phones and on the internet and say crazy shit. It don't matter if you playing or not. You could be on here playing. Man, I was just playing. They don't give a fuck about that. They got your ass. They gonna put it on you. They gonna make it seem like it is what it is because they trying to get niggas ass up off the streets.
What's going on?
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who was that said that about the tickets?
Unk, the unidentified male that was being referred to as Unk.
And he's speaking with Mr. Sanders.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head? What is that?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested?
Harmed or killed.
And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones wanted to have people harmed.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
They never said Lil Baby's name, but they brought the gang expert Marissa Ferraro in court so she can testify. But here's the thing. When she testifies, the court is not allowed to put the camera on her face. She is an undercover detective, right? She is remaining anonymous. So what's going on here is because she's been in the YSL trial, because she's been in several high-profile trials, people in court has identified her and they've been posting her on social media. So Young Thug posted biggest liar in the DA and he showed her picture, showed her face, but he never identified her as Marissa. He just said, this the biggest liar. But nonetheless, though, like Fannie Willis was very upset that Young Thug posted this, right? Because first of all, Marissa is supposed to be like incognito, undercover. So you posting this is already out in somebody currently testifying in the high profile gang RICO, right? You know, gang RICO.
She remind me of some of these guys that's out here on the internet. Some of these dudes that sit here specifically to cause confusion. They are sitting here to keep things stirred up. They just not incognito. They working for show, man. It's a dirty game. They set him up from the gate, man. Like I say, 15 years probation. Man, they trying to get all these dudes with this paper. They either try to get you in jail. If you're a millionaire, they trying to break you for your wallet, or they trying to lock you up. They do not want to see us successful. They want to see us out here acting crazy because that's a big business. Jail is a big business. The more bodies they get, the more money they make, and it secure a lot of jobs for them. You know, going to work every day in the state prison or federal prison, them are jobs. Now, if everybody out here doing good, then they listen, man, it wouldn't be no jobs for them. We're going to get to another video about the Big U. I know y'all tired of hearing that, and I'm going to show y'all exactly why he's in jail. We're going to end this video right here, man. Y'all go to Poetic Flacco's page and check out the rest of the content. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, Compton Rick Rock TV. Also, hit that notification bell and catch every video when I drop.